Om Sri Lakshmi Narasimhaya Namaha. Valmiki Ramayana, Yuddha Kanda, Chapter 60. Rakshasas wake Kumbhakarna. Summary. Ravana returns to Lanka and asks some demons to go to the abode of sleeping Kumbhakarna to wake him up and request him to come to him. The slumbering Kumbhakarna is roused by the demons under orders of their king. Kumbhakarna, giant in form, sets out on the highway to see Ravana, and the monkeys get alarmed to see the giant demon. Chapter 60 in detail. Returning to the city of Lanka, Ravana, the king of demons, was afflicted with fear of Rama's arrows. His pride was humbled and his senses troubled. The king was overcome by the high-souled Rama like an elephant is by a lion or a serpent by an eagle. The lord of demons was maddened in recollecting Rama's arrows resembling the rod of Brahma, the lord of creation, and possessed of the splendor of lightning. Resting on an excellent and charming throne made of gold, Ravana looked at the demons and spoke the following words. All that great penance performed by me became a waste indeed, for I, who am equal to Mahendra, the lord of celestials, have been defeated by a mere man. The terrible words of Brahma, the lord of creation, saying, "You know of the threat from men," appeared true. That is so. I sought immunity from death at the hands of celestials, titans, or celestial magicians, or semi-divine beings, or demons, or serpent demons, but for man I made no mention. Rama, the son of Dasharatha, is the man I think of whom Anaranya, born of Ikshvaku dynasty, formerly spoke, saying, "O the worst of demons, the worst of your race, and the wretched one, in my race will be born a man who will slay you in battle with your sons, ministers, army, horses, and charioteer." Further, I was formerly cursed by Vedavati when she was humiliated by me. The same Vedavati is born as the highly fortunate Sita, the daughter of Janaka. What was predicted by Parvati, the consort of Shiva, Nandishvara, the attendant of Shiva, Ramba, the wife of Nalakubara, and Punjikasthala, the daughter of Varunda, has come to pass. The words of the sages never prove false. On the account of all this and admitting it, you should exert yourself to the uttermost. Let the demons go to the summit of Charya mountain. Awaken that Kumbhakarna, who is without equal in prowess, who humbles the pride of the celestials and the demons, and on whom the curse of Brahma, the lord of creation, rests. Having known that Prahasta being slain, and knowing himself to have been defeated in the battle, Ravana issued his commands to taught he dreadful army, saying, "Guard the gates with utmost care, man the ramparts." Rose Kumbhakarna, who is slumbering soundly. Kumbhakarna is sleeping happily, his understanding vitiated by lust and free from all anxieties. The demon sleeps for 9, 7, 10, or 8 months. Having deliberated with me 9 days ago, he has since fallen asleep. Awaken quickly that mighty Kumbhakarna. The mighty armed Kumbhakarna, the foremost of all the demons, will kill the monkeys and the 2 princes at once in the battle. This Kumbhakarna, the chief among all the demons and a great mark in the battle, being fond of rural comforts, is always sleeping stupidly. If Kumbhakarna is awakened, there will be no worry for me, who stand defeated by Rama in this highly terrific battle. What is the use of him, who, possessing a strength equal to that of Indra, the lord of celestials, cannot help me in such a dreadful catastrophe? Hearing those words of Ravana, those demons very briskly went to the abode of Kumbhakarna. Entering the beautiful cave of Kumbhakarna with a large door having an area of an yojana on all sides and bearing a floral perfume, the demons of mighty strength, though shaken off by Kumbhakarna's breaths, remained stable forcefully with difficulty and went into the cave. Entering the beautiful cave inlaid with diamonds and gold, those tiger among demons beheld Kumbhakarna of terrific prowess, who was sleeping. They together tried to awaken Kumbhakarna, who was sleeping nastily like a spread out mountain in a great slumber, his limbs covered with down, which stood on end, breathed like a serpent as he slept. Kumbhakarna, of irresistible valor, emitted dreadful snores, his nostrils being horrible, and his mouth a gaping hell. Stretched to his full length on the earth, he gave forth an odor of marrow and blood. His limbs were adorned with golden armlets, and he wore a diadem as bright as the sun. Thus did that lion among the demons, Kumbhakarna, the slayer of his foes, appear. Then those powerful demons, in order to satisfy him, placed a heap of venison as high as Mount Meru in front of Kumbhakarna. Those excellent demons piled up a great mass of wonderful food with meat of deers, buffaloes, and pigs. Then the demons placed pots of blood and various kinds of meat in front of Kumbhakarna. They rubbed Kumbhakarna, the scourge of his foes, with the most rare sandalwood, and refreshed him with celestial and fragrant garlands, as well as sweet smelling perfumes. They burnt incense and hymned the praise of that warrior who proved fatal to his foes. They cried out noises which burst forth on every side like thunder. They blew conches, which were as bright as the moon, and with impatience, made sounds tumultuously all at once. Those demons made sounds by clapping their hands in order to awaken Kumbhakarna, and shook him too, creating a great clamor. The birds passing to the sky ran helter-skelter and fell down soon on hearing the sounds of the couches, drums, gongs, clapping of hands, and leonine roars. As the illustrious Kumbhakarna did not waken from his slumber despite those great sounds, all the troops of demons seized holds of bars, pestles, and maces towards him. Then the cruel demons struck the sleeping Kumbhakarna on his chest with mountain tops, pestles, maces, hammers, and their fists. Even with all their strength, the demons could not stand upright before the breathing winds of Kumbhakarna the demon. Then the terrible strong demons firmly seated themselves round him and began to beat drums, cymbals, kettle drums, and myriads of conches and trumps. 10,000 demons surrounded him all at once, beating that colossal who resembled a heap of antimony. The demons on their part tried to rouse him by making sounds. Even then he did not wake. As they were unable to rouse him by these means, they resorted to more energetic and ruthless methods. They beat horses, camels, donkeys, and elephants with sticks, whips, and tongs, so that they trampled upon him, and blasted kettle drums, conches, and drums. They crushed his limbs under piles of heavy logs and pillars, as also maces lifted with all their strength. The entire Lanka, with its mountains and groves, was filled with great noise. He nevertheless did not wake. Then they beat 1,000 drums all around with sticks of refined gold. Yet, as he did not wake from his profound slumber, being under the spell of the curse, the demons were enraged. All those demons of terrible strength were filled with great fury. Some others assembled their strength to awaken the demon. Some beat drums, some shouted, some tore out his hair, and some others bit his ears. Some poured hundreds of pitchers of water into his ears, but Kumbhakarna, plunged in deep sleep, did not stir. Some strong ones, armed with rocks and hammers, struck the rocks and hammers on his head, chest, and other limbs. Though smitten by missiles fastened with ropes on all sides, the giant-bodied demon did not wake. 1,000 elephants ran up and down on his body till Kumbhakarna lightly woke up and became aware of the pressure. Being insensible to those violent blows of cracks and trees hurled upon him, but under the prompting of extreme hunger, Kumbhakarna suddenly sprang up from the sleep, yawning due to the loss of sleep. Waving his arms, resembling serpents' coils or the peaks of mountains hard as cut diamonds, the demons, opening his monstrous mouth like unto the face of a submarine fire, yawned. His mouth, yawning horribly, resembled the hell, and appeared like the sun rising under high peak of Mount Meru mountain. That mighty demon, being awake, yawned, heaving a sigh, like unto a tempest arising from a mountain. That figure of Kumbhakarna, rising up, stood out, resembling time at the dissolution of the world, prepared to devour all beings. His huge eyes, resembling flames of fire, with glitter equal to that of lightning, appeared like great blazing planets. Then the demons pointed to various kinds of victuals, boars and buffaloes. The mighty Kumbhakarna devoured them. Then the hungry Kumbhakarna, the enemy of Indra, ate the meat and being thirsty drank the blood and gulped pitchers full of fat and wine. Thereupon, knowing that Kumbhakarna was gratified of his hunger, the demons approached him, saluting him with their heads bent and surrounded him on all sides. Raising his eyelids that were very heavy with sleep, his gaze still veiled, he directed his glance towards those demons and spoke as follows. That excellent demons, kindly addressing all the demons and surprised at being roused, spoke the following words to the demons. For what reason have you thus awakened me so suddenly? Is all well with the king or anything in peril here? Surely there must be some great danger from an external source, since you have wakened me in a haste. Now I shall drive away the misfortune from Ravana, the king of demons, even if I have to cut Mahendra's himself to pieces or to freeze the fire. For a petty reason, one does not indeed awaken one such as I from my slumber. Hence, tell me frankly, for what reason have you roused me? Yupaksha, a minister of the king, with his hands joined salutations, spoke as follows to Kumbhakarna, the annihilator of his enemies, thus talking excitedly. O prince, there is no threat whatsoever at any time for us from celestials, but a mere man is driving us back by a tumultuous tremor. O prince, it is not indeed the celestials or demons who have put us in such a peril as it comes to us from a man. Monkeys, whose forms are as large as mountains, are besieging Lanka. There is a tumultuous peril for us from Rama, who is furious on account of Sita's abduction. Already a single monkey set fire to our great city of Slew, the youthful prince Aksha, with his escort of elephants and retinue. Get thee hence, were the words addressed by Rama, who is equal to the sun in splendor, to Ravana in person, the lord of demons, and a troublesome person to celestials. That which this king never suffered at the hands of gods or demons or Danavas, he has had to endure here from Rama, who released him from the danger to his life. Hearing about the humiliation of his brother in the battle, through the words of Yupaksha, Kumbhakarna, rolling his great eyes, spoke to Yupaksha as follows. O Yupaksha, now itself, after conquering the entire army of monkeys with Lakshmana and Rama on the battlefield, then only I shall see Ravana. I shall satiate the demons with the flesh and blood of monkeys, and as for Rama and Lakshmana, I shall drink their blood myself. Hearing these haughty from the demon, whose anger increased his ferocity, Mahodara, the chief of warrior of demons, having offered obeisance with joined palms, spoke the following words. O the mighty armed, when you have listened to the words of Ravana and considered the advantages and disadvantages of the matter, even afterwards you can conquer the enemies in the battle. Hearing the words of Mahodara, the mighty Kumbhakarna of great valor prepared to depart, surrounded by demons. The demons, having awakened that sleeping Kumbhakarna of dreadful eyes, form, and valor, went to the king's palace in haste. All those demons, approaching Ravana, who was seated on the throne, said to him with joined palms as follows. O lord of demons, Kumbhakarna, your brother has wakened. It is your will that he should enter the battlefield from there itself, or do you desire him to come here and see you? Ravana answered those demons who stood before him, and with a glad heart said, I want to see him here. Bring him after extending the honors due to him in a befitting manner. Uttering, be it so, all those demons, as commanded by Ravana, returned to Kumbhakarna and spoke the following words. The king, the lion of all the demons, desires to see you. Go and gratify your brother. Hearing his brother's wish, Kumbhakarna, the inviolable demon of great prowess, uttering, so be it, leapt up from his couch. Washing his face and bathing, refreshed and delighted, adoring himself well and feeling thirsty, he hastened them to bring him a drink which can boost up his strength. Thereupon those demons brought him quickly the wine and various kinds of eatable there, in their hurry to take Kumbhakarna with them as per Ravana's command. Having drunk 2,000 pitchers, Kumbhakarna prepared to set out, and slightly inebriated and flushed, he was accelerated and filled with energy. The fuming Kumbhakarna, going to his brother's palace along with the army of demons, appeared like Yama, the lord of death, at the end of all destroying time. He caused the earth to tremble with his footsteps while marching. The royal highway was illuminated by his body like unto the orb of thousand rays. By its flashes illumines the earth, and he went there, surrounded by a circle of demons paying obeisance, resembling Indra, the lord of celestials, approaching the abode of Brahma, the lord of creation. Seeing that slayer of his foes on the royal highway, that monster as high as a peak of a mountain, those monkeys stationed outside the city, as also their leaders, were frightened suddenly. Some gained refuge in Rama, who affords protection. Some fell down tottering. Some fled away perturbed in all directions. And some others lay on the ground, confounded with fear. Seeing that colossal, appearing like a great peak, having a diadem who seems to touch the sun with his brilliance, the monkeys were seized with terror and had grown immensely in size, fled hither and thither. Thus completes 60th chapter of Yuddha Kanda of the glorious Ramayana of Valmiki, the work of his age and the oldest epic. Sri Moola Rama Vijayate. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.